I thank the Execom as well for their trust in us, both as individuals and as a group, and for giving us the responsibility of choosing from all the festival entries the Magic 8 that will prove that quality can be the main criterion for choosing these entries. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtitiwala sa amin. Second, in choosing this year's official entries, the selection committee followed the main guidelines formulated by the Execom, beginning with the criteria, which assigned 40% to content, 40% to the technical aspects, 10% to global appeal, and 10% to Filipino sensibility. By the deadline of November 2, 27 films had been submitted. In 8 regular screenings, which at least 5 or more of 8 committee members attended, and later in additional screenings of certain films that some members requested for them to make a better informed decision, the committee members gave secret ratings to each of these films that they saw, with 65% as the lowest and 100% as the highest. It was agreed that only films that got an average of 75% and above would be considered in the first deliberation. In these deliberations, the committee followed the guidelines that in choosing the final 8, the committee would choose first, and this is the most important one, only those films that exhibit quality as reflected in the graded evaluations. And 2, that the selection should consider representation of different genres, comedy, drama, horror, fantasy, as well as the documentary and animation. In the final deliberations, after all the screenings, the committee was happy to note that the films that got the highest ratings were acceptable to all. And further, that these films already represented different genres of the cinema. With unanimous votes, therefore, the top 8 were chosen by the committee and submitted to the Execom as their choice for the 8 official festival entries. At this point, I would like to thank the members of the selection committee for their professionalism and for their wholehearted cooperation in completing the task that had been assigned to us. It was such an honor and a pleasure to work with you all. To be sure, there will be questions raised in the choices of the committee, as happens in any selection committee or award-giving body. But we assure the Execom and the public that all these choices were made first and foremost with quality in mind. We sincerely hope that with the help of an aggressive and systematic publicity scheme, and most of all, the generous and enthusiastic support of the movie-going public, the films of the 2016 MMFF will mark a turning point in the history of the festival and start what Chris Fuson, one of our members, had called a renaissance of quality films in the Metro Manila Film Festival. Maraming salamat po at itaguyod at ipaglaban natin ang mga pelikulang hindi lang nakaaaliw, kundi namumulat sa atin upang higit nating maunawaan ating pagkatao at pagka-Pilipino. Mabuhay ang pelikulang Pilipino!